And that is what changing the mindset of the people who would approve comprised of. We figured out we didn't have time to change mindset, so we just didn't show them anything. We just went ahead and did what we wanted to. And that's when we started getting media coverage. And people had started talking. Some of the sites had started, watching what was happening, and we were getting media coverage. And then she moved into Florence. Please understand, between these videos, there were a lot of Instagram posts, and on a daily basis, there was a conversation happening with the slowly growing community which was forming. And then she was in Florence, Italy. And she sent out these postcards. And then there was a very interesting film which had Sir Jadeja interested, along with Pariniti Chopra.
So, this one's from Italy. With the boys and their toys. Cute, aren't they? You know when they're cuter? When they think they've got game. Oh, thank you. What do we got here? Hello, Carly and Julia. Playing names, are we? Looks like he's got something under the hood. But you know what? He should really watch the road. Because by the looks of it, it's gonna be bad, bad, bambino mio.
I don't know whether this video got more guys hooked onto us or more girls. The guys came for the cars, the girls came for the Italian guys. So, going forward, there was a bit of a controversy. Who doesn't love a controversy? And she got into an altercation with Bani, and that created some amount of buzz online. And of course, the video itself was a talking point which Pariniti spoke about, and somehow that really blew up the internet. We had a huge amount of viewership and a lot of commentary happening on these, on the Florence video. And then she went to Barcelona. And this is where Kirti Sanon, Karan Kundra got involved. Video.
Guys, this is Spain for you. Looks like a total rager, doesn't it? Come, let's check the scene out. No, not tonight, boys. And there's Senor, I'm way too cool for this scene. Check out this guy. Perfecting the fine art of your brooding, I see. And it's just Tuesday. Don't these guys have work tomorrow? Whoa. Now if that's not lit, I don't know what is. Hello. Aren't you the perfect stranger? Guys, for this one, I can't have you snooping around.
So you can see the videos are authentic. They look like, they are not perfect and doctored and shot by professionals. There is a little bit of graininess in the videos. The angles are not the usual angles. So we've taken care to deliberately make it look a little messy, like an amateur is shooting these. And this caused a little bit more media coverage. And we had iDiva, Story Pick, and the banter with Kirti Sanon got a lot of coverage, and then she moved to Romania. So this is where Tiger Shroff came in and comedian Manish Paul came in. Tiger Shroff was again a very interesting thing. I should tell you about it. Video, please.
A trip's no good without some nice music. What should we tune into? EDM. New Age. Or news? Okay, this is not working. Aha! Look what I found. Ladies and gentlemen, bring you the Gypsies. Always on tour, and they even got a granny under their belt. Okay, now I'll just shut up and let them do their thing. Me? Oh, okay.
So there was this exchange of postcards and Instagram pictures and comments happening with celebrities, and what happened with Tiger Shroff and Samora was interesting. There was a sequence of flirting happening between the two of them, and Tiger Shroff's birthday was coming up, and people were thinking that this is the legendary girlfriend of Tiger Shroff that people had been wondering who's he out with. And very interestingly, we had quite a few people wishing Tiger Shroff happy birthday and marking Samora in copy. And we had some people say, please convey it to Bhai Tiger Shroff and stuff like that. So it was very interesting for people to think that Samora was actually Tiger Shroff's girlfriend. And we were, having a blast. We were working practically 24 hours at that point of time, approving stuff and, picking up images and thinking whether the lines are witty enough. And these were the things which sustained us during those hard days. And because my MD is German, he said, listen, you've gone all around Europe, but you haven't gone to Germany. So we wanted to figure out what we could do without being insulting, without being too cheeky about it, because we had to keep our jobs. So Berlin happened. And that's where Jacqueline Fernandez got involved. Film, please.
The land of the Germans, where everything works with clockwork precision. Time, they got none of that to waste. Where emotions are hidden and controlled. Oh, and people always watch where they're going. When they talk, it's always ja, nein, nothing more. So cold and unromantic, the people here. Oh, Germany. I would have never known.
So we were working with all the platforms that we had. We had only digital. We had a very tiny budget. And Samora was slowly turning into a celebrity day after day. And people loved her photographs, loved her comments, and people are talking with her, and she's responding to them very, very candidly. And people were going gaga over her voice. That voice was amazing. It was a naturally husky voice. What helped is the voice artist also had a bad cold during that time, added to the huskiness and the smokiness of the voice. And flirted with her. So there were many of the people who wanted to know who she was. Some people wanted to give her career offers. And then there was the Italy video. Some people simply didn't get over it. What was that car? What were you driving? How were you shooting? Right? And here was someone who wanted to give her a job and a contract. Yeah? And this is someone professing love to Samora without knowing that it being. And then the pre-reveal, how were we to break to them? How would we tell them what was the truth without making them very, very angry that they had been had? Yeah. So we put out a cryptic clue. We said that if you can crack this code, you can meet Samora. And what people didn't realize is those three numbers are lat long, so GPS coordinate, there is a date, and there is a time. And that sent the internet crazy. So meet Samora in Geneva became #1 tweet in India. The other two meet Samora at 1, meet Samora on 7th, became #3 tweets for some time in India, Twitter. and people were wanting to crack the code. They were trying to figure out how they could meet, what is this teaser, what is it about, and it was a joy watching people, trying to crack the code. And StoryPick did a story about it. What is the next Euro trip going to be? What is the next Euro destination? Yeah, and there is a grand reveal going to happen. Who's this girl and what's she up to? So the GIFs were promoted to reach all these celebrities who had been with our journey till now and get them interested further. And that was very interesting in terms of the numbers that we got. And finally, the reveal in Geneva. What we did is led them onto it in a very subtle way with another video. So the moment when we revealed that the Semora is actually an acronym for Racemo, the media went wild, the social media went wild, and we promoted this GIF too and have the celebrities interact with us. And the videos alone got a huge amount of recall and viewing. And so Semora is Racemo. From zero in February, in March we had 11,000 plus followers on Insta and 1,000 plus followers on Twitter. And they fit our target group perfectly. We were looking at young Indians to excite them, to tell them that the brand Tata Motors had turned around a new leaf. It was much more cooler, it was much more for the young people, and that's what we did. So engagement was over the charts, much beyond our expectations. The video views also, you can look at the kind of reach that we did. All this in a very short period for a total budget which wouldn't get me a full page in Times of India Economic Times. So in terms of what numbers we had set for ourselves when we started on the journey, we clearly exceeded it. Followers, we didn't get many, but in terms of the number of people who saw, who engaged with us, we were really way beyond what we had expected. And #1 trend in India, 7 hours on the 7th of March. This mentions just 4 awards, but as I told you, we are at 8 as of this evening. This is the most successful Twitter and Insta campaign out of India, regardless of category till date. And this, I think I missed a video, 9. So this is the car in flesh at Geneva. These are some of the VR zones and the gaming zones that we had on. And this is the Tamo and Tata Motors stall at Geneva. Mind you, around us we had Rolls-Royce, we had Porsche, we had Lamborghini, we had Pininfarina, you name the luminaries. And there, a little Indian brand, little known Indian brand was present, and it was pulling in people from all over. We had designers from McLaren come and look at our vehicle. I mean, God has himself come down to judge us. So that was a great feeling. And of course, the local media went gaga over it. We were getting the local newspapers, we were getting headlines, and the Indian newspapers, of course, were going bonkers. Online coverage was over the roof. And that is how marketing without a brand name is done. Questions, please.
Questions? Just a couple of them as we are running late. Sorry, sir.
Sure, yeah.
Questions? Yes.
Hello, hi.
Hi.
I'm Rajesh Radhakrishnan from Vritti. Just was keen to know what was this Tamo? I mean, how did you get this name Tamo? Is it something related to?
Very simple. We said that Tata Motors is very closely associated with taxis and the boring cars, the Indy cars, the Nanos. We wanted something cooler. So the answer was like in the beginning when we said, can we talk about the car? It was no. So we said that Tamo is generally a term used by the financial press to describe the Tata Motors stock. You will see that wherever they need to shorten our name, they call it Tamo. Can we call it Tamo at least? So we heard a yes. And that is why the brand Tamo was born. The Tamo brand is all about innovations in automotive field, in the field of mobility. So technically, if tomorrow Tata Motors were to figure out how to work teleportation, those of you who used to watch Star Trek will know what teleportation means. That would be within the Tamo fold. As of now, we were looking at electric mobility. We were looking at very interesting projects like the Racemo. What you may not know, that Racemo is not made of steel. It is made of a material which is 8 times lighter than steel and 10 times stronger than steel. It's a patented composite material which is very easy to make for low volume of cars. It's not fiberglass, but it is much more advanced than fiberglass. So innovations like these are what Tamo is all about, and that is how Tamo came about. No, nothing political. Nothing political. Tamo is the short form the financial press uses for Tata Motors.
Even if it is, he'll tell you off the conference hall. One last question. Yes, sir.
Do you have to pay to the celebrities and you rope them in?
Yes,
a lot of celebrities were there.
Nothing in the world is free.
Or it was a mutual understanding that the Tamo will be given to them later?
No, nothing like that. They don't settle for kind. They want cash upfront. That's all. Thank you, guys. You've been a lovely audience.
Sir, requesting you to kindly hold on to the stage for a few more seconds. May I request sir to kindly come up on stage? Sorry, Akash we've got. Ladies and gentlemen, a huge round of applause for Mr. Sujan Roy.